What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. The only real question for the next 90 days remaining of this presidential campaign is, can the Democrats and collaborative media successfully pull off Operation Reinvention of Kamala Harris? This is what we've been presenting. This is what we've been presented to for the last couple weeks now, since she has been the Democratic nominee for the presidential election. Can Democrats and collaborative media pull off the reinvention, or the reboot, if you would, of Vice President Kamala Harris into the holy trinity of Joan of Arc, Harriet Tubman, and Margaret Thatcher? This is the narrative that we've been presented with the last couple of weeks. A lot of Dems are saying this is the same energy as we were seeing in 2008 with the Obama campaign. And I don't think it's possible. I really don't. Me personally, I don't. This is going to be the last video for today. Shout out to everybody that is watching. Let me know where you're watching from, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I truly appreciate you guys. We're going to jump into this footage from Jesse Watters' prime time. Let's dive in. Democrats are about to wake up from a vicious hangover. The speculative media energy of Kamala Harris, but where has she been? Has she done a press conference? Has she done anything since? No, she hasn't. Where is she at?
Welcome to Jesse Watters Prime Time tonight.
The Dow opened down more than 1,000 points.
A quadruple-digit loss now.
Take a deep breath. It is very scary.
The Kamala crash, what it means for November.
That is called Biden.
Fox News alert, an emergency meeting in the White House Situation Room today, where Kamala Harris looks like a nervous wreck. As the Middle East is on the verge of spiraling into a regional war, an American carrier strike group has been rushed into the Gulf, as Iran could strike Israel at any moment. American soldiers have already been injured this afternoon in a barrage of rocket attacks on a military base in Iraq. This while Americans woke up at home to a bloodbath.
The Dow opened down more than 1,000 points, fueling fears of a recession amid a global market meltdown.
Quadruple-digit loss now in the Dow. 1,000 points.
Never been down 1,000 points ever, not even intraday on the NASDAQ.
Is that true?
That is true.
A rise like that is historically a sign that a recession is imminent.
The economy is either in or close to a recession.
What you're seeing right now, the stock market, is what Americans have been feeling for the last 3 years. It's just a manifestation of it right now.
We've been this. We've been here. We've been here. The stock market is just a manifestation of what's been happening the past 18 months. 18 months. We've been rocking in this.
Take a deep breath. It is very scary.
Over $1 trillion wiped out, as Bidenomics looks like it's blowing up right before the election. Someone must be proud.
That is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Trump saying today, stock markets are crashing, job numbers are terrible. We are headed to the World War III, and we have two of the most incompetent leaders in history. This is not good. He calls it the Kamala crash. Economists say she detonated the biggest debt bomb in American history when she cast the tie-breaking vote on the $2 trillion spending bill.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 50, the Senate being equally divided. The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the concurrent resolution as amended is adopted.
Kamala and Biden raided the Treasury, handed out corporate welfare, imported 10 million foreign workers, declared a war on energy, and then patted themselves on the back.
Mr. President, what do you want your legacy for Gen Z to be?
Cure the economy.
Wow.
Two economic illiterate tax and spend puppets gave a chip company, Intel, $8 billion of your money. And right under their noses, Intel said thanks and laid off 15,000 workers. This AI bubble, the only thing that's keeping the market afloat, that Bidenomics funded with your tax dollars, could pop before the election. Americans are maxed out on credit cards and are taking on second jobs to keep up, but could soon lose both jobs because of the recklessly corrupt mismanagement of our economy, which will probably end up in another big tech bailout. Watch. The election was already about the economy, and if today's bloodbath continues, voters deserve answers from Hayden Harris, who hasn't done an interview since June. A lot's
Holy
happened
smokes.
since June. And is Kamala even capable of explaining capital markets, labor markets, the global economy? In the book, This Will Not Pass, the authors say while Biden was negotiating with Republicans for $1 trillion in new spending, Kamala piped in out of nowhere and asked for $4 trillion.
Whoa.
And Biden dismissed her comment immediately. Imagine if she had gotten her way. She's never had a job in the private sector and doesn't even know why inflation even happens.
What else are you going to do to fix this problem with inflation?
This is crazy.
All right, thank you. Well, let's start with this.
What do you think she's about to say? What do you think? Another word salad?
Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities of that bread costs more, that gas costs more. And we have to understand what that means. That's about the cost of living going up.
Thanks. She doesn't even understand what makes prices go up and down. And if she were elected, she'd have stewardship over the most technologically advanced economy in human history, yet believes when you save things on your computer onto the cloud, it actually goes into the clouds.
No longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists.
Wow. It's a cloud that's above us, and it exists in the cloud above us.
Just above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
With economics for dummies at her bedside table and Morning Joe on her DVR, does it really even matter what Kamala knows? It doesn't. She's told what to do.
Yes.
This is what she's really all about. Watch.
We have to stay active. And, you know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the woke.
Look at that reporter right here. What? Her face. I don't know any of these people here, but her face. She was like, what?
Just a woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
This is Kamala's economic philosophy. Equity. She wants to redistribute the wealth and give it to people based on what they look like.
Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place.
Ending up in the same place is communism, and it's unfeasible. But the arrogance to believe that you, Kamala Harris, who's never run a business, is going to re-engineer the entire U.S. economy so that everybody ends up in the same place, makes the same amount, has the same stuff, is a fantasy and goes against human nature, which she doesn't understand. But they won't let Kamala ever say that again. They have to make this election about caring instead of competence. The Democrat machine is creating fomentum around a woman they tried to strip off the ticket just last year. That's why Obama didn't want Kamala.
Wow.
And his people are telling CNN Democrats are being irrational.
There's a lot of irrational exuberance on the side of on the Democratic side of the aisle right now because there was.
What do you guys think about this? Drop your comments in there. Smash the like button too.
Despair for some period of time about what November was going to look like. Now people feel like there's a chance, but it is absolutely Trump's race to lose right now. Everybody should be sober about that on the Democratic side.
Democrats are still buzzed from the coup, but are about to wake up to a vicious hangover when they realize they're nominating a radical San Francisco socialist to debate a businessman during a recession that she caused and can't explain. Click here to
Shout out to Jesse Waters for dropping that one. I got one more for you. Joe Biden's forced out because of Speaker Pelosi and the other Democratic ringleaders went for what Biden cared most about, his legacy. I wonder, guys, I wonder how much what he's getting paid to exit out, or some type of particular stipulation not to induce the 25th Amendment. Let's check this out here.
Together to kick Biden out. Pelosi was finally. It's not easy overthrowing a president. It takes a village. The Clintons, Obamas, Schumer, and the ringleader, Nancy Pelosi, all came together to kick Biden out. Pelosi was finally asked about it.
Please tell us what you told President Biden to
Look at Pelosi, man.
persuade him to stay.
I want her stock picks, by the way. Shout out to anybody who can get her stock picks.
Step aside.
Well, I've never shared any conversations with the president of the United States publicly. No.
It's said that he's furious at you. Is he?
Well, he knows that I love him very much.
I understand that you don't want to own this, but it is so well reported that you were the leader of a pressure campaign.
No, I wasn't a leader of any pressure party.
Barack.
Well, let me say things that I didn't do. I didn't call one person. I did not call one person. I could always say to him, I never called anybody. What I'm saying is, I had confidence that the president would make the proper choice for our country, whatever that would be. And I said that, whatever that is,
or they called,
we'll go with.
Biden didn't make a choice. He was staring down the barrel of a gun. Pelosi and the Democrats went for what Biden cared about most, his legacy. They brandished the 25th Amendment, threatened to yank his presidential library, and deployed a coordinated media strike to tarnish his rep. Biden knows the game and is never speaking to Nancy again.
Have you spoken to President Biden since he dropped out?
No, I have not.
Do you hope to?
Yes, I hope to.
Yeah.
We're all busy.
Is everything okay with your relationship?
You'd have to ask him.
We know how Washington works. They gave 10% to the big guy and showered him with flattery.
Such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president.
What? Mount Rushmore kind of president? Do you guys think Joe Biden should be on Mount Rushmore? What do you guys think about that? What?
Of the United States.
They're going to carve out his face and put it where?
Want to know what comes next?
That he belongs up there on Mount Rushmore. Lincoln and Joe Biden.
But you got Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but you can add Biden.
Leslie Stahl, who believes everything Democrats tell her. Laptop wasn't real. COVID was natural. Couldn't believe Biden on Mount Rushmore. I'm sure they'll build him a statue that the Arab Spring breakers will tear down on a hot summer night. But the Democrat patronage mill is in full swing. Obama was forced to endorse Kamala, so now his top strategist is being paid to run the Harris campaign. Bill and Hillary endorsed. Now their daughter, Chelsea, is angling to be the ambassador to Great Britain if Kamala wins. It's usually a gig reserved for major fundraisers or well-connected WASPs, not for Clinton nepotism. After talking about all this, I feel like I have to take a shower. Charlie Hertz, a Fox News contributor. Mount Rushmore. Charlie, Biden on Mount Rushmore. Can you believe it?
Yeah, even Leslie Stahl couldn't swallow that one. That was a whopper that was just a little bit too big. But I think you have put your finger on something that I think is the most important thing about the moment right here. Everything you just said is exactly true about what Democrats did to get rid of Joe Biden. But the real thing that they did was they dried up the money. Because the Democrat Party, you cannot like Donald Trump. I get people that don't like Donald Trump. But one thing you have to give Donald Trump credit for is he has broken the stranglehold that money has always had on politics in Washington. He beat Hillary Clinton after getting massively outspent by her in 2016.
Predominantly,
if you want to know who the big money party is, who is still in the grips of the big money donors?
Who else ran and predominantly self-funded their own campaigns? And when you do that, when you are self-funding your campaigns without massive donor influx, you're not strangled into particular. You don't give millions and millions of dollars and not expect anything in return. Donald Trump, JFK, and Reagan all self-funded campaigns.
Today, it's the Democrat Party. And that's how Nancy Pelosi and Democrat leaders managed to get Joe Biden to quit. They dried up his money. And as soon as the big money bag men in the Democrat Party said they closed their purses to him, then he had no choice. It dried up. That's why Joe Biden has not spoken to Nancy Pelosi again and probably will never speak to her again. Although I do suspect that part of the whole deal will wind up with a massive, massive payout to the Biden family.
Yeah, we'll wait to see what exactly that is. But you're so right. Trump's in touch with the people. He can fundraise off grassroots all day. Nancy knows Biden can't do it, knows Kamala can't do it. So they're just beholden to the highest bidder, and they always will be. And they just stop cutting checks. Here's more sound from Queen Pelosi. Listen.
You're both San Franciscans. What's your relationship like?
Our relationship is fine.
As somebody coming up in San Francisco politics and then more broadly California politics, did she ask you for mentorship? Did you give her advice?
Actually, the fact is, in that first race, I was for the incumbent. And I was for him because I respected him and his family. They're established, very progressive family in San Francisco, and they supported me. And if anybody knows anything about me, I'm loyal. She understood that.
Once that was over, once that primary was over?
Well, it's over, it's over.
No, but I'm saying once it was over, did she reach out to you for any advice or mentorship?
Well, that isn't, that we're in, we all have our own, I always say to people, be yourself.
So they hate each other.
Yeah, and here's another thing that has not been sort of revealed. You mean to tell me that Nancy Pelosi and the bigwigs in the Democrat Party cashiered a sitting president and never had a conversation with Kamala Harris, who they immediately installed in his place for the election beforehand? Give me a break. I guarantee you, there's no way they did that without that conversation with Kamala Harris.
And Kamala knows she owes them everything. And I mean, everything. All right.
Facts. Major facts, guys. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about Jesse Waters dropping the bombs right now? Drop your comments down below. Let me know. Other than that, I will catch you on the next one, guys.